Good morning everyone, it's Circus Stu here, and today's session we're going to be looking at the theme of the bathroom again. You might remember we had fun with some rubber ducks and some flowers the other day. Now we're going to turn our minds to the art of cigar box juggling. Now cigar boxes, if you've never come across them before, they look, just hang on a second, they look about this size, okay, and you have 3 of them and you juggle them in interesting ways. But we're going to be using some loo rolls. So you'll be needing 3 loo rolls, okay? And cigar boxing involves doing things like this, okay? So grab yourself 3 loo rolls. In the meantime, we need to warm up a bit. So let's start our session. Flatten your hair, or if you've got a if you don't want to flatten your hair, don't want to comb it, you can always put on a lovely covering like that. Hope you like it. And let's just walk up and down to get going. Let's make the music a bit louder. And let's go in a circle. So try and bounce nicely on your knees. I'm going to walk around again. And the other way. Now let's get some shoulder movements in. Use your hands to get in there. Let's go forward. And back. And forward. And back. If you like this music, I actually wrote it many years ago. Okay, let's really march with our knees coming up high. You see that? Okay, so let's now do some arm circles. Let's turn the music down a bit. And let's go the other way. And let's try and do a sort of weaving pattern like this if you want. See if you can do that. And making circles on either side of our body. And then shake your wrists. And then bring our wrists together like that. Hands like that. And let's go up and down, and try and push quite hard as you're doing it. And if you want to see how far you can go, you can see my wrists aren't particularly bendy. Okay, let's do that. And let's do circles with our wrists. Here, when we're doing circles with the wrist, there's a great temptation to move your arm. Try to keep your arms nice and still and let the movements happen just with your wrists. Okay? Good. Shake them out. And let's try and bring our knee up now, and then walk forwards, back, down. Let's show again. Other knee up, forwards, back, down. So left, forwards, back, down. Right, forwards. Good. Excellent. And let's try going down. Try and stay on tiptoe. And then come back up again. And try and touch the ceiling. And then down again. Touch the floor. And back up again. Good. Right, so I'm getting hot in this. I'm going to take that off for a second. Right, so let's get rid of that, and let's move on to the main bit of today's fun and games. So here I have an ordinary loo roll. Now, depending on the size of your loo roll and your hand, you may find that 3 partly used loo rolls are better than just 1 new one, depending on how easily you can grab it, because we're going to be throwing it in the air and we want to be able to grab it. If it's too wide, it may make it harder. You can do it with any object. I mean, it doesn't have to be a toilet roll, it just happens to be, most houses have lots of them in, and even now in the shops they're fairly well stocked. If you do have 3 boxes, like tissue boxes, that being unopened, they'll work really nicely, and they're quite easy to grab. Okay, I unfortunately only have one of that box, so I'm going to use a loo roll. Okay, so I've never bothered actually getting a proper set of cigar boxes, because in my circus I do have limited money, and to buy 30 sets of the equipment, it will cost quite a lot of money, because they're extremely expensive for what they are, just a sort of empty box. So I've never bothered to learn, so you'll be enjoying watching me probably do a lot of dropping. Okay, so the first thing we need to know is that we're gonna be doing a lot of throwing it up and catching. So you might want to have a go now with me, throw it up and catch. And in cigar box juggling, it's not just standing still, we often use that unease a lot. So get used, so crouch down and try it like that. So jump, move up, catch. Okay. And you might also want to use movement of your head. So you can crouch down, and look up. And that often accentuates the action you're doing by looking down and suddenly moving your head up. And that can make it look, when you're performing, it can make the performance look a lot nicer. So that's a top tip. So it's bend our knees, look down, up and catch. Okay, so that's the base thing. Let's try it with our other hand. So this is my left hand and I'm right-handed, so this will be a bit harder. So I'm going to do it without bending my knees first. Ooh, nearly dropped that. Let's try bending knees, head down, up, catch. Okay, good. Perhaps I should do a few more. Yeah, do a few more. Okay, good. So now let's move on to 2. So 2, we can just throw up and try catching. Okay, up, catch, up, catch, or drop. Throw up, catch. Good. So I'm going to try throwing up, and then I'm going to try, I just dropped another one, I'm going to try catching it the other way, like that. In fact, doing it with one is perhaps easier initially. Can you see that? So we start with that, and we catch that way. So have a go at doing that, and see how you get on. And let's get my second one. So we now move on to 3. So the idea is that we're putting enough pressure when we're holding the middle one so that it doesn't fall down. If you don't have enough pressure, then it just drops. Okay, there's no magnets here. And if I let go of the bottom one, it just drops. There's no trick magnets at all. Okay, so when you're starting, often it's easiest to build the tower like that and then go like that. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to bend our knees, look down, look up, and give it a little toss and try and catch it. So try that. Nice to see Pete watching. Hi there, Pete. Hope you're having a good time. Okay, so you should find that relatively easy. Of course, it gets harder if you try throwing it a long way up, but it's still possible to do it. You just have to keep your eye on the ball. Ooh, there we are. It moved slightly. Okay, that's the problem. If you throw it too high, it can start doing somersaults. You can try little ones. Just get used to a little one. Okay, so what we're going to try now is with one hand, when we throw up, we're going to try and turn it round like that. So we're not actually letting go of the end one. We're just going from there to there. So it will look something like this. So remember to bend your knees. Oh, I caught it. What happened to the middle one? It went crazy. Okay, so let's try that again. And one of the reasons it goes crazy, I know this because people have told me, is that if you start turning this too soon, you can flick the middle one and make it start rotating. So we want to try and avoid that. So let's try throwing up and then catching. Oh, that's a bit better. Ah, that's better. Oh, that wasn't so good. So I'm getting the hang of this. Practice makes perfect, they say, okay? Oh, I went crazy, shouldn't have said that. Practice makes perfect. Okay, let's try with the other hand, okay? So, remember, we're going to be moving this like that, okay? So here we go. Oh, oh, let's try and throw it up. Good. And now that we've practiced with both hands, let's try and do both at the same time. So this hand's going to rotate and that hand's going to rotate as well. So let's see what this looks like. Okay. Oh, oh, did a somersault there. So again, trying to throw the middle one up so it flies just up in the air, and then we move the two outside ones. Okay, so you may find this needs a bit of practice, but it's good fun. Okay, I bet you didn't know that you could have so much fun with toilet rolls. Well, you can. Okay, good. Okay, so once you get familiar with doing that, you can then have a go at doing something with the middle one. So you make it, try and do a somersault like that. Can you see that? Right round. So this time you are intentionally trying to rotate this when you give it a throw. So we're going to go up, start moving at angle to give it moving. So we go, and then try and catch it. So that's half a rotation. Oh, there's a full rotation. I don't know how many that was. So you get the idea. And let's try it the other way. Oh, it fell. So to summarise what we've learnt today. We've learnt to throw a loo roll up and catch it. We've learned how to do it with both hands. We've learned how to then put one in the middle and put enough pressure to keep it in the middle. And we've learned to throw it up directly. We've learned to move one of the ends around, or both at the same time. Or you could even do it. Actually, let's forgo this. Ooh. So have one upside down, one up there, and sort them around both at the same time. And we've remembered and we've learnt that when we're doing it, we try to use our knees, okay? It's not a static sport like juggling. We're using our knees to get some of the oomph. And even further accentuate it, we've learnt to put our head down and do it like that. So, several things for you to have a go with throughout the day. Just needing simple things like toilet rolls, or if you have some tissue boxes, then tissue boxes. So I hope you've enjoyed that, and I look forward to seeing you tomorrow at the same time. Bye.